Hello, everybody. I am here to play Tiny Bunny. Obviously, this game is just a cute little anime dating simulator with this fuzzy little fella here. So we're going to jump right into it with a new game. You ready to have a good cotton candy, cozy, not going to scare you kind of fun? All right, let's go. Gotta clear my throat. The wind clawed at my window all night long. It wandered the fields and howled like a hungry beast. An endless song waved from all shores of forces. Shrill, gentle, snorry, twisted in the air. They were shouting and laughing and arguing about something. Someone was running through the snow while casting long shadows that were occasionally creeped close to my bed. Our house had a mind of its own, the creaky old mind of a building that has seen a lot in its days, and was seemingly trying to share its wisdom with the inhabitants. The lonely house faced the forest, and the dark green, thickened glaze was back with the hollowed eyes, rusting, whizzing, swaying back and forth. What could come about standing at the edge of the forest to reassure themselves there was nobody behind the crooked trees? Fuzzy silhouettes swaying in the wind couldn't possibly do any harm. It's just a play of light and shadow. Just a play. I knew it was just my imagination. I was already 12 after all. Still. Oh shit, that's a wolf. Y'all see that? Hi, Mom. And I guess I'm this guy. Yeah, I'm this guy. I'm thinking. Hey, put away your book. How many times have I told you not to read at the table? It's bad for your health. How? Look at how slouched you are. You just sit up straight and still read. Sorry, Mom. I didn't protest and put the book about Conan the Barbarian aside. I was stuck on a line I couldn't understand after reading it 3 times anyway. Olia had already finished her breakfast and was munching on some cookies. She was so enthusiastic she almost looked like your typical girl from commercials. You're not going anywhere until you finish all of it. I, on the other hand, was still trying to drill a hole in the plate with my eyes, as if it would make the porridge disappear. Hazy anxietiness welled up inside, all because of the previous sleepless night, the black forest around our house, and the gloomy wind. The longer I waited, the colder the lumpy white substance became. It looks like a jellyfish from the Consuous Odyssey. I love that show. I don't know what that is. I wonder how horrifying the bottom of the ocean is, and how cold and black the forest is at night. The spoon fell out of my hand. Mom showered me with a cold glare from her green eyes. What did I say? I'll get it. I had 10 seconds to catch my breath before battling the nasty porridge once again. I felt around for the spoon. What is this, carved on the other side of the table? Karina. Huh, that's my mom's name. I guess she carved it out with something pointy when she was little. She sure was a rascal, damaging the furniture like that. She would scour me for a week if I did something similar, though. Should I remind her about it? No. She, uh, she's been in a bit of a bad mood lately. I imagine her being my age, sitting under the table. I wonder, was Mom afraid of the dark? Was afraid of the dark back then, or the sounds coming from the attic, or the thick forest? I imagine my grandma coming into my little mom's room, sitting at the edge of the bed where Olia sleeps nowadays, and saying this in her soft, smooth voice. Tega, it's a special place, little girl. It watches you closely, sniffing you out, trying to discern what kind of beast you are. If you're a good sort, it won't abandon you in time of trouble. But if you're a bad apple, it'll grab you by the side and drag you under the ground. And that would be it. Grandma was caring. She never fought with anybody, never yelled, never swore. She's a good woman. These were the times without any maddening screams until late at night, without smashed dishes and mutual accusations. Our parents used to love one another back then. I remember listening in on one of their conversations by choice. They were talking about Grandma getting prepared for her funeral. She had already bought a casket, and she called it her cute funeral box. It waited for its time in a closet, patiently. It was black, unholstered with meat-colored materials on the inside. I saw it when my grandma was getting buried. The house didn't change since the time she was alive. Only one of the photos were gone. Glass-covered pictures with gray faces on of my ancestors. They all had a dead but watchful look in their eyes. I crawled out from under the table. Olio was done with her cookies and was looking at my share like a sly woodland critter. I turned my gaze towards the frosted window. There were a lot of dark pines outside, but they didn't grab my attention. The pattern of the forest forced a picture on the glass. Olia, look, it's a fox. Where? It looked almost like those optical illusion things they put on the back of student notebooks. A mixture of lines at first glance, but if you blur your vision a little bit, and look at a certain angle. Not outside, on the window. Look here, look. Here's his nose, and here's... Hey, eat up. Yes, just a moment. I don't see anything. Hurry up. There's not much left.
Oh, there it is.
but it still doesn't look like one. And I'm telling you, it does. Nuh-uh. It does. Stop it. These kids, I swear. Now I couldn't see the fox either. It disappeared. Went away. Only the frosted pattern, similar to scratched outer and middle leaves, kept creeping up the glass. My dad entered the kitchen with long and measured steps. I want to have a beard like his when I grow up. Mom would always ask jokingly, "Come on, shave it off. It stings." That was so long ago. Nowadays, rumbling doors and witty comebacks were an everyday occurrence. Olia always covered her ears when she heard something like, "What's the point of all this?" through the walls. "It's all for your sake," Dad would reply. "For the sake of our family." I always caught every sound in fear of hearing the most dreaded, the deadliest word that started with a D. Dingleberry. D-I-V-O. I didn't even want to finish it. It was scary to imagine that me and my little sister could be torn apart and taken to two different families. Anyway, your fox is nothing. I have an owl on my window. You and your owl talk again. Said you believed me just yesterday. Has anybody seen my car keys? I remember leaving them on the windowsill. Right. Maybe you did, and maybe not. You're a grown man, a father of two, and still? Karina, please, stop. Just let me get ready in peace. Your keys are in the basket near the phone. Well, thank you very much. Anton, stop making a martyr out of yourself and finish eating already. And the owl? There was no owl. But there was one. It had giant glowing eyes. Olia sprang up from her chair and placed her hand on her little face, imitating a pair of eyes with her fingers, the size of an apple each. Last year you had Bobby in your closet, and now this owl. But I saw it. Olia shifted her gaze back and forth from Dad to Mom to me, but couldn't find any support. Have you thought about befriending it? You know, like feeding it with imaginary mice? Don't bully our girl. She's just afraid to sleep alone because she's little. She's still little. Olia powdered her lips in rebellion and rushed into the hallway. The staircase just led to the second floor creaked. Mom gave Dad a strict look. Oh, that look in her eyes. It's so uncomfortable to be pinned under it. Dad just snorted in reply and left, ringing with his keys he just found. A minute has passed and the theme song from The Little Mermaid echoed through the house. It was stored on incredibly worn out cassette tape, which Dad already had to glue together once. It's so easy to fix objects by gluing them back together, for example. But how do you fix a relationship? Mom moved to the living room, and I was left alone, anxiously stealing glances at the window. Alia had trouble sleeping ever since we moved to this house. She would toss and turn or curled up into a ball under her blanket. Sometimes she would jump up in the middle of the night and turn on the VCR. Cartoons helped to take her mind off all the trouble she had with the move and our parents. Oh shit! That was actually kind of scary. And then Olia said she saw a giant flying monster outside her window. She became obsessed with it.